one last concept that would involve points. Although yung iba rin naman ay may points, but it focuses on points, would be the equation of a locus. Because one thing that we need to look into, which will be used also later in later concepts, is that a locus is a curve or another shape made by all points. Kaya to kasama dito sa points. Points satisfy a particular equation of the relation between the coordinates or by a point, a line, or a moving surface. So locus came from that word that would mean location. Kaya siya locus. So another word for location is for locus would be location. So in math, that's a locus. A locus is that shape, that curve that satisfies a certain relation. So the equation of a locus is the relation which exists between the coordinates of all the points on that locus, and which do not hold for any point that is not on the locus. Siyempre, doon lang yung magiging true kung doon sa mismong locus. Ayan. Finding out the equation of the locus means finding out the relation that holds true between the x and y coordinates of all, medyo natakpan lang, of all points on the locus. So example, let's try to sketch what we mean when we say locus. Ayan. So first, we're asked to sketch the locus of a point moving on a plane which is at a fixed distance of 5 units from the x-axis. So, mag-drawing tayo ng x and y coordinates. Ayan. So, meron daw point na may fixed distance na 5 units from the x-axis. Halimbawa, dito mismo, sa y-axis yung point. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, itong point na to, which is actually 5, 0, has a distance. Wait, lakayan natin yung coordinates. Yan. So, ito has 5, 0. Kita. Ito na lang. Yan. 5, 0. Now, sketch the locus of points moving on a plane which is at a distance 5 units from the x-axis. Hindi lang naman itong point na to ang may distance na 5 units. Ito din. May distance yang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the x-axis. Ito din. Ito din. Ito din. Ito din. Ayan din. And so on. So, yung collection of points na yan, malamang sa malamang, nandito sa hilera ko. In other words, ito. That line would be the locus of points of the point moving on a plane which is at a fixed distance of 5 units from the x-axis. So, yan. Itong line na to, iba natin yung kulay ng line. Gawin natin color red. Ayan. Ito. Yan. Move na natin ng konti. Ano? Ayan na. Ayan na magpamove. Ayan. So that, this one here is the line. Itong line na to, that is the locus of points. That's a fixed distance of 5 units from the x-axis. Okay, so let's have number 2. We're asked to sketch the locus of points as a fixed distance of 4 from the origin. So dito na lang sa same Cartesian plane. Number 2. Fixed distance lang ngayon na 4. Teka lang, burahin ko lang ito. Okay, so now let's see what we mean when we say we have. Okay, so now let's see what we mean when we say we have a locus of point which is a fixed distance of 4 from the origin. Ang madali, ito. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has a fixed distance of 4 from the origin. Hindi namang sinabi lang from the x-axis lang. So, meron din 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito din. Pwede nga rin 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito din. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito din. Pwede din yan from the origin. At actually, kapag medyo umusok ka dito ng konti, meron din yan dito sa mga dito somewhere. Hindi nga natin masaktuhan. Pero that would mean na itong paligid nito, pag yan nabuo yun, it would now have that fixed distance of 4. Ayan. So, mangyayari niyan, para tayong iikot na ganyan. Kasi hindi lang iyang mga nakapaikot na yan. Pasensya na. Oops. Hindi na. Yan. Hindi siya makabilog. Pero anyway, dapat yan ay circle. Kasi yung mga points na rin naman, itong point na to ay 4 units away mula dun sa origin. Hindi nga lang sakto dun sa coordinate axis. Pero, itong line segment to kumbaga, ay umikot. Umiikot yan. Yan na umiikot pa pa ganun. So, a circle is also considered to be a locus of points. This time here, it's a fixed distance from the origin. Yan. So now, number 3. We are asked to sketch the locus of points such that it is equidistant from two fixed points A and B. So, linisin lang natin yung sa para makita natin. And ito lang nasa So, yung kailangan lang naman natin ay A at 1, 1. Ito yung A. And then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito. At pala. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito. This is B. Now, we need a locus of points that are equidistant from these 2 points. So, ang pinakamadaling equidistant ay yung midpoint nila. So, siguro ito. Yan ang midpoint niya. Pero pag itong midpoint mo, inurong mo pababa, then that would mean that this, itong broken line na dinodrawin, papunta dun sa line, ay dapat kapareho lang ng broken line na to. At pag ito, dinawin ko dito, ito, parehas lang yan. Kasi, magkaparehas lang naman, inurong mo lang naman yung midpoint papunta dito. So, yung distance na yun, lumahaba, pero parehas. Kasi, if from A to the midpoint and B to the midpoint, parehas lang. So, that's another example of locus of points given certain conditions. Ngayon, ang hahanapin natin, we will be now asked to find the equation of these locus of points. Kasi, analytic geometry tayo, dapat may algebra. But before we go into that, let's look into some common locus theorems. Like, for example, the locus at the fixed distance D from a point P is considered to be a circle with P at its center and D at its diameter this should be radius. Ito yung dinemonstrate natin kanina dun sa naunang example number 2 na pakita natin na if you have a point P and then you have this distance D, so iikot yan na parang pabilog, hindi mo pabilog yung drawing ko, pasensya na, pero iikot yan kasi this is the one that moves. Itong point na to yung umiikot. Ayan. The second one. The locus at a fixed distance D from the line L is considered to be a pair of parallel lines that are located at either side of L at the distance D from L. So, mag-drawing daw tayo ng line. Let's say we have this one here. So, the locus at a fixed distance D from the line L, if this is line L, at meron kang fixed distance D, let's say, eto yun. So, meron dito sa isa, pwede rin dito sa isa. So, that would mean that this point at itong point magkasing layo dun sa line L. At dahil locus of points yan, yung pag inurong mo na ng konti dito, ito at ito magkasing layo din. So, if we do that, inurong natin lahat ng points papunta sa direction na to at pakabila. Ito din, papunta dito at pakabila, curve siya. Yan. Pasensya nyo na. So, these two lines are actually parallel on either side of line L and they're parallel to line L as well. Yan yung pangalawang locus theorem. The third locus theorem states that if we have 2 points, if we have 2 points, A and then B, then the locus which is equidistant from 2 points is considered to be the perpendicular bisector of the line segment that joins the 2 points. Ngayon, equidistant from 2 points, edi midpoint yun. So, siguro ito ang midpoint niyan. Yan. Pero pag itong midpoint na to ay umangat pataas o kaya pababa, kita nyo naman that this line looks like it cuts this into two. Yun yung sinasabi na it's considered to be a perpendicular bisector kasi pag dinowing ko tong line segment na to, perpendicular yan, at dahil midpoint to, hati sa dalawa. So it's the locus which is equidistant from 2 points A and B are considered to be perpendicular bisectors of the line segment joining the 2 points. Now, let's look at some other locus theorems. This locus theorem is halos kaparehas lang nitong second one. Actually, kabaliktaran. Kasi sabi, the locus which is equidistant from two parallel lines 1 and 2. So, for example, if I have two parallel lines 1 and 2, this is line 1 and this is line 2. Wait, lakihan natin yung distance ng line 1 and line 2. Yeah. Let's say these two lines, L1, L2 are parallel. Tapos, naghanap ka ng locus of points na equidistant from this. So, maghanap ka muna ng isa. Ito. Ang point ng pinupuntahan lang naman yun ay opposite directions. So, yan yung locus of points mo. Yung location ng point mo in their opposite directions. At dahil equidistant from the two lines, edi nasa gitna. Halfway between them. And it's parallel to the two lines. So, yung sunod, the locus which is present on the interior of an angle. So, mag-drawing daw tayo ng angle. Yeah. Yeah. So, the locus of point which is present on the interior of the angle equidistant from the side. So, kung itong point na to ay equidistant sa side na yan, equal yan, kagaya nga sinabi natin kanina, ang point ang pinupuntahan lang yan, opposite direction. So, pwedeng papunta dito. Wala. Pwedeng papunta dito or papunta dito. Medyo sablay man. Pero anyway, the locus of points, which is present at the interior of an angle equidistant, is considered to be the bisector of the angle. So, dahil dyan, although medyo mintis, dito mamaya ko. Tama natin ang context. Ayan. Dahil dyan, this and this would be equal. So, therefore, ang tawag natin dito ay naging angle bisector. Kasi literal, it divides or bisects the angle into two. And in continuation to that, the last locus theorem states that the locus which is equidistant from two intersecting lines is considered to be a pair of lines that bisects the angles produced by the two lines. So, halimbawa, we have these two lines. Yan. L1 and L2. L1, L2. Kung merong point which is equidistant from the two intersecting lines, so pwedeng ito yung isa, this green point here, isa naman, this red point here. Yeah. So, if this green point here is equidistant dito, wala naman na ibang pupuntahan kundi either pababa or pataas. Same with this red line. Wala naman itong ibang pupuntahan kundi in this direction or in this direction. And with that, ito daw ay naging angle bisector nito at ito naman ay naging angle bisector nito. Kasi equidistant yung point na yun from those two lines. So these are just sample of the most common relationships involving locus of points. Now, let's go into what happens if we just use algebra. How can we now determine the equation of this locus of points? So, let's first have number 1. Find the equation of a point P such that its abscissa exceeds 2 times its ordinate by 3. So, paano kaya yun? Hindi natin i-solve sa such that its abscissa, so the abscissa, if you remember, that's the x-coordinate. The abscissa exceeds 2 times its ordinate by 3. So the ordinate is our y-coordinate. So the abscissa exceeds, pag sabi exceeds, that would be addition. So exceeds 2 times its ordinate by 3. 2 times its ordinate, edi 2y exceeds by 3. So that means yung value daw ng x ay twice the ordinate tapos mas malaki pa ng 3. Therefore, ayusin lang natin yung pagkakasuna. Therefore, ilapit lang natin. X is equal to 2y plus 3. Yun na yun. That's one example of how we find the equation of the locus. Although yung number 1, medyo madali yung relationship. Tingnan natin yung number 2. Burahin ko lang ito, ha? There. So, we're asked to find the equation of locus of point such that the difference of the squares of its distance from point 5, 0 and 2, 3 is 10. So, the difference of the squares now of the distances. Then, let's double check. Such that the difference of the squares of its distances from point 5, 0 and 2, 3 is 10. Okay. So, ang distance of a point to this and a point to this. Now, that point P, let's say that point P, x, y. So, the distance from 5, 0 to P, 5, 0 to P, would be equal to x minus 5 squared plus y minus 0 squared, which is the same as x minus 5 squared plus y squared. Tama? Distance daw of a point, of the equation of the locus of a point. So, the distance from the point 5, 0 to P, ito yun. Ito daw, at distance ng point to 2, 3. So, the distance of point P to the point 2, 2, 3 is now represented by x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared. Tama? This is now the distance, this is the application distance formula from this point to 2, 3. Ayan. Pero ang sabi, the difference of the square of the distances. So, isi-square mo yung distances, difference daw, diba? So, difference nung squares nito. So, ito daw, x minus 5 squared plus y squared, ay isi-square mo, ito din. X minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared. Yan daw. So, yan daw ay, sorry na natin kung ito. The difference of these squares would be equal to 10. So, we just now simplify this equation. Yan na yung pinaka-equation, pero hindi nga lang simplify dahil sa mga relationships. So, let's simplify that and then find the equation of the locus. Dahil naka-square yan, makakancel dito. So, we're going to have x minus 5 squared plus y squared minus x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared. And that's equal to 10. We have to expand. So, therefore, we're going to have x squared minus 10x plus 25 plus y squared minus, let's first expand here at x squared minus 4x plus 4. At tanggalin na natin ito isang parenthesis dito. Plus naman, ito pa isa. Plus y squared minus 6y plus 9, and all of this is equal to 10. To combine like terms, let's distribute this. So we're going to have x squared minus 10x plus 25 plus y squared minus x squared plus 4x minus 4 minus y squared plus 6y minus 9. Para mag-combine na rin like terms, let's transpose this. So we'll have minus 10 equals 0. Ayan. Angat lang natin ito. So, we can continue solving. So, combine like terms, yung x squared ay makakancel. Pati yung y squared ay makakancel. So, let's combine like terms. Negative 10x plus 4x. We're going to have negative 6x. Then, wala namang ibang ka-like term. So, that's plus 6y. Then, what's left is 25 minus 4 minus 9 minus 10. And that will actually give us now 2. That's equal to 0. So we can simplify this by dividing all terms rather, or both sides of the equation by -2. Therefore, we're going to have the equation 3x minus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0. So ito ngayon yung equation na would represent the locus of points such that the difference of the square of the distances from the point 50 and 23 is 10. So those are the concepts behind the equation of a locus.